Now we hug a little longer, yeah, we kiss a little stronger. Treat our neighbor and a stranger as a friend.
Oh, Skylar Faith, what episode are we on tonight? What episode are we on, kiddo?
Episode
77.
You weren't expecting that, huh? Daddy, with the graphics over
Hey,
there. Ooh.
we got big budget now.
No, we keep saying that.
I know.
We don't. It's the same budget we've always had. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're back. It is now Randy's Live, coming to you once a week, so a little different than every single night, but we are grateful to still see all of you, and it's not that we didn't love being with each and every one of you for 70 consecutive nights, because we actually really did. It was just that, I'm not sure, I don't know, what happened? Andrew made me do it. No, that's not true.
I have no idea.
That's not true at all. We just, we thought we'd take a little rest. There were a lot of things happening in the world that were very important, so important, and it was time to make space for all of that, and to have the important, deep discussions that we need to have, and to honor the things that were going on. So we took a little break, and now we're back. So we're really happy to see you. Let's see who's checking in with us. We've got California, we've got Ohio, we've got the Carolinas, both of them on. Happy Friday, yes. San Diego in the house, Boston in the house, woo-woo, Wisconsin in the house. Very nice. All right, thanks for joining us. Come back on. Yeah, good to see you. So we're happy. So we're going to hold on to what we did today. We had an epic day today. We did a lot of stuff. It's still really hot here in Nashville. We're still having those crazy storms. If you guys don't know, my little family and I live here in Nashville, Tennessee after years and years in California. We moved a few years ago, and so of course we send big love out to the West Coast and to the East Coast. We are thinking of all of our family out there, and this is a really great way to connect and make community. So here's our little party of three. It's our little three-person crew. So we have Andrew McGinnis on camera. There he is, absolutely. And we have Skylar Faith McGinnis on the audience of one. There she is. Woo-hoo. It's really good to see you guys. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about what we did today, because I just got a message from somebody that's having trouble logging on. I hope you guys aren't having trouble. Oh, I see what happened there. Okay, I think you guys are good. Yes, we are on tonight. Yes, right now. What did we do today? We went in the pool because it was super, super hot. I did. Oh, you want me to be very specific?
Wow.
That they went in the pool. Very specific. They went in the pool. I did not go in the pool. Yes. So, do you want to talk about the pool? How was it? Are you eating? Are you eating during my show?
What are you eating? Nothing? Cool.
What do you mean?
Could be goldfish.
What are you drinking over there? That's what I want.
Oh. You see that?
A classic.
What is the classic? What's it called?
What is it then?
A Shirley Temple.
It is a Shirley Temple. Absolutely.
What do you mean at the classic? Like, you
it's
know
the
that a lot
classic.
of people sort of drink that, and yeah.
And also, it matches our theme tonight.
It does match our theme tonight. And so, what do you think our theme is tonight? It's kind of spooky. That's our theme tonight. Would we say
Halloween.
creepy? I don't know if we'd say Halloween. Well, you know what? The world is so strange right now.
It's Halloween in July.
Halloween in July. We were very seriously considering having a Christmas episode in July, so maybe we'll just do Halloween in July. A couple quick shout outs to our dear friends who are in the hospital right now. Some of our viewers have also emailed me. One of the things we do through this time of community is that people reach out when they've lost someone, so we do prayers for them. So prayers for Tom's family, and big love to our friends who have lost people this week. We're really sorry to hear that. We know that this illness is real. Hope everyone out there is being safe. We're having some pretty tough decisions right now here in Nashville over schools reopening, because we open a lot earlier. We open in, oh my goodness, 2 weeks, and so there's a lot of discussions happening. So just please everyone be safe. Jennifer Horth is on, which brings us to tomorrow night. We're going to talk about this at the end of the show, but we have some super exciting things happening tomorrow, where I will be doing a live benefit concert right from the Arch page. That is Arch Changes Lives, right here on Facebook. It's a 7 p.m. start time, so it's not like Randy's Live. It's 7 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Eastern, and so you can log on. It's a beautiful benefit show for this charity. As you know, every year I travel out to Wisconsin and I do this amazing camp out there for adults and kiddos with disabilities, and they have this this beautiful camp where they spend the whole summer connecting and doing all kinds of amazing things that campers do. And as you might imagine, the smaller nonprofits are certainly suffering this year, but also this particular camp is not able to have a live camp, so they're going virtual. So tomorrow we are celebrating them with a huge concert, lots of games, lots of prizes, lots of giveaways, lots of fun little bits, some interesting segments, and a great big celebration. And so please join us. That's tomorrow night. I will host a watch party on my pages, both of them, but please be sure to also tune into their page where you can make donations. Anything, $5, $10, more dollars, anything you can give is greatly appreciated. That's tomorrow night on Randy's Live. Okay, hey! So I got emails from a bunch of people, and they all just got my email. So nice to see you, Mary Lou. Nice to see you, Colin. Okay, let's get right to our guests. So you noticed that Daddy did some really fun things with the graphics tonight. It was exciting. That was with the sound effects.
I thought it was exciting.
Black and white and the spooky. That's very good. You're really working. You're really earning that paycheck.
I'm trying.
No, there's no paycheck. I'm going to let them, our two guests tonight, because that's right, you get 2 for 1 here on Randy's Live, tell you a bit about their story and about what they do. But I just want to tell you that during this time, those of us that are blessed and lucky enough to be healthy and lucky enough to not have to go out and work, we are kind of staying home. Not that we don't want to be working, but many of us are not working, so we're home. And we're looking for stuff to binge watch, and we're looking for stuff to discover, and movies, and people are just sort of absorbing anything and everything. And so we absorbed a movie not too long ago that I immediately fell in love with. I'm one of those people that likes to be scared, even though while it's happening, I don't like being scared at all. I like to kind of observe like under a blanket with one eye sticking out, but I actually really like being scared. So our guests tonight are the writers and directors of a movie right now that is blowing everyone's minds and breaking incredible box office records. We'll talk about how exciting this time is and how neat it is. But I do want to make a little mention. I know that we have some young eyes watching, so we're going to show you a trailer for this horror movie. So if you are little or easily frightened, even though it's okay. You'll be scared, but yeah, I'm talking to you, Skylar. Or if your name is Victoria Orphan, then please run out of the room. And if not, you're gonna love this. Here's a trailer for the movie The Wretched.
Hey, can you hit the lights on the way out, Sky? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, come on. Hey, neighbor. You see anything weird outside your house, you tell me, all right?
Dad, Mom's being weird.
Mom's always been weird. Can I help you? You still in home?
Dylan, down here, baby.
You know, you just talked to Dylan and I have a son. He had no idea who I was talking about.
Listen, come on.
He's gone. I know it. I'd like to report a missing kid.
Are you okay, Ethan?
Where is your sister?
Ooh. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. And I'm really excited because very lucky for you and for me. The Pierce brothers agreed to say yes. Might have had a little something to do with my cameraman, but to an interview with us to talk about their movie, what's gone on with their movie, and what it's like to release a horror film in the middle of a pandemic. So please welcome to the show, the Pierce brothers. Should we check if they're home? You know what?
Oh, they're
Everyone
home.
is home. So they're home. Hey guys, how are you? It's really good to see you. Thank you so much for doing this tonight. This is Drew and Brett Pierce. And why don't you tell our friends and followers and people watching where you guys are calling in from tonight?
We're currently in Los Angeles in my brother Drew's
Kitchen.
house. His kitchen.
Around.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for all his food.
Yeah,
Great.
well, hey, thanks for being together for me. I really appreciate you making that work. Well, like I said to the viewers online, that I got lucky that you actually, Brett knows Andrew from OP, his time working in Los Angeles. So I have to be honest, I had heard a little bit about this film, but I was super excited to watch it. I do love thrillers, I love horror movies. I love to be scared, even though I was saying at the time it doesn't seem like I'm loving being scared, but I really love being scared. And I was, and I'll talk, this is hard, I have to tell you guys, this is hard. Because usually when we interview TV personalities or movie stars, they've done things like years ago, or things that everyone has sort of seen, and so it's really easy to talk about it. And this one's tricky, because I want to talk about it with no spoilers, right? So I'm going to do it, don't worry. But I've already got a couple people on from Nashville that are watching that are like, yeah, I want to see that. I told one person that watched it today, so I'll be really careful. So first of all, tell me, when did you guys film this? When was it in the can? How long before the pandemic happened, I guess, did you sort of do the movie?
Well, we shot it in Michigan it was May 2018.
Okay.
So it was in the can by like June. And then we did film festivals and stuff like that for like a year. Well, we finished the movie, and then we did film festivals for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Then the movie was finally like finished like midsummer 2019. So, but then it took that long for it to come out. It came out May 1st.
It's a long process.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when
Yeah.
I was doing a little research on it, not just watching it obviously and enjoying it, but when I was actually doing some Googling and stuff, it's called an indie film, right? That's what they were calling it, like an indie release. Can you tell the viewers out there what makes something an indie release if they don't know?
Well, it has to do with budget, and just has to do with not having a full-fledged studio. It's basically kind of like a small business. You find somebody that loves movies and wants to invest in movies, and then you just put together your own little business. So
Right.
yeah, Brett and we were like the first producers on the movie, and we brought on a couple of people, but it's it's very independent. So much so that our mom did craft service for it.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, my in-laws, they helped do everything.
Drew's baby's in the movie.
My baby.
Oh, come on.
For
For a really great rate, too. Really great rate.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, that's okay. Well, I think I wanted you to kind of say that because I think we have a lot of independent artists in general watching, and sort of a lot of indie musicians watching. And so, I mean, we certainly know what it's like to, like you said, just get enough people that really believe in what you're doing and really. So, okay, so now let me backstep a little bit. So, as far as this film, so has your genre always been horror? Has it been something that you guys just you grew up going, we're going to make horror films? Or do you make lots of different kind of genres? What got you into this particular genre and just, made you decide we're going to write and release The Wretched?
Well, we had kind of a weird childhood that we grew up kind of on the set of Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead movie, because my dad was the special effects artist on the first one when we were little babies.
That's cool. Yes.
So we,
It was in you. It was in you.
Yeah. So we were terrified because our basement was full of blood and gore. So it was kind of built in off the bat. So.
Okay, so that's fascinating. I love that.
So we've always made horror movies. That's probably our favorite genre, but we love all sorts of movies. I don't think there's too many things we wouldn't love to even make, to be honest.
But we do get a sick thrill out of scaring people. So
Yeah.
Great,
that's
nice, good to know. Okay. Noted for your therapy sessions. Yeah, no, that's great. Well, you did. Congratulations, done. So now we'll just talk about the movie. So it was filmed in Michigan. It's so beautifully shot. It's really well acted. I mean, all the things that that make any great movie, right? Like you said, in any genre, it's really important. But for me, the story was incredible, and what I love are the twists that it takes, because I can't stand it when I'm watching something, and Andrew will attest to this because he really can't stand it. When we're watching something and 3 seconds into whatever I'm watching, I tell him what's going to be happening for the next 2 hours. Like, I can just really kind of, and it doesn't even, even if it's done really well while it's sort of telling me that story, I really love being surprised. I love that I couldn't get there, that I didn't get there. So that really, for me, just as a, complimenting you as filmmakers and the whole thing, putting it together, I love that about the film. So yes, I love being scared, and I know that that there are a lot of people watching right now that are like true horror, freaks. Like, they love all of it. But for me, it was really, weirdly, the script, the story that kind of like really drove it. So, and then being scared out of my wits, which was really good for me. For real, like, scream and like throw the, all happened. Yeah, that happened. So thanks. And I really need that in the middle of a time when I'm already really anxious. So thanks for that. Okay, so the film, you said you filmed it in Michigan. You got this great, okay, so then fast forward a little bit to now it's release. So you released it, and where was it released first? And like, explain to us what happened after you released it.
Well, first we were supposed to come out. It was always going to be May 1st,
right.
And we were going to be in like 10 movie theaters across the country, which is kind of like an independent film release, what they usually do. Mm-hmm. And then the pandemic hit, and the company that had bought our movie, IFC, said, well, there's some drive-ins open, so we're going to put it in like 10 or 12 drive-ins. And we were like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's safe. People can go see it in a drive-in, right. So that's the least we can do, so cool.
Right.
And we came out, and it just exploded. It got a lot of word of mouth, and we went from 12 drive-ins to 25 to like 50, and then we got up to I think we got close up to 90 or 100. Mm-hmm. We just kept playing and playing, and now we're in like our 11th week of playing in theaters, and it was just a crazy. We got on Good Morning America about it.
I know.
Yeah, it's weird. It was completely surreal because we're locked in Drew's house working on stuff. We were just like, all this stuff is happening.
I have to tell you, like, on so many levels, this makes me so happy, because this is a time in general that's really hard for filmmakers, really hard for struggling artists. We've had several filmmakers and actors on, one of whom works at USC and was talking about how even his film students, like, when everything stopped and closed, like, the whole art of making the film became very different, right? So it's really nice to hear a story about something that went the other direction, that kind of rose at this time when things are really hurting. The drive-ins are insane. I have to say, I think that's really genius, and I think it's a really cool place to watch a horror film. Like, if I'm creeped out in the comfort of my sofa, I'm really going to be creeped out in a car in the middle of the dark with everyone around me, So I love that idea. And I saw that you did Good Morning America. That's amazing. So thanks for, coming here next. I know. It was But I also love the fact that, like, everything I'm reading says you're just kind of blowing up box office records everywhere. That's got to be, it's a silly question, but how does that make you feel? Like, you've got to be going, this is great.
Amazing, yeah. For the first portion of it, I think we felt like a little just weird and almost like guilty.
Right.
Like, this is good news. I'm supposed to feel terrible. But I think the time we thought, like, there's one good thing that's happening to us. We've put like 3.5-4 years of hard work into this movie. So enjoy the good things that happen when they happen.
Absolutely. And we need a little of that right now. So, so tell everyone that's watching where they can see the film that I've been raving about. Tell them where they can watch it right now. If they aren't in a drive-in near them, where can they also get it?
It's not in a drive-in. It's on video on demand, but you can rent it on like Amazon Prime, iTunes, all your Xboxes, your PlayStations, all the stuff where you always rent your movies online. But it's pretty much everywhere. So.
Oh my gosh, it's fascinating. I love it. It's a great film. So what we're really fast, because I got a question before when someone found out I was interviewing you. I got a couple questions. We don't really take like live questions, but somebody wanted to know, without any spoilers, someone emailed me and said, what are your favorite parts of the movie? So is it possible to give a favorite part of the movie without people saw the trailer actually before you were on. So they definitely get the vibe of it. They kind of know, I think within the first, few minutes of the film too, you kind of know what you're getting into. So what were your favorite parts of the movie?
Yeah.
Or maybe filming the movie. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll talk to I guess my favorite part of the movie that I just think came out like exactly how we planned 2 years prior, it was so exciting, is there's sort of this like midpoint in the movie where there's this like confrontation between the kid and the woman next door on a staircase. I mean, a little cryptic. That's just really, I don't know, just eerie and creepy and kind of speaks to everything we love about the movie.
But the fun stuff to shoot on set is always the special effects, because all the crew, like, we had this gory scene with a deer carcass, essentially. And basically what happens is everybody, all the cast and crew, they all show up because they're like, well, you're about to do something gross? And everybody's really excited.
All these
So-
grown men and women get so giddy when you start spraying blood or have any kind of,
Yeah. So those are always the most fun to shoot. And it's also the weirdest question whenever everyone finds out we make horror films. Their first thing is like, oh, will you kill me in a movie?
Oh.
I want to die in a horror movie. I'm like, really? I was like, I don't know.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna ask that. No, I don't want to know. And so really quickly too, Michigan, is that what was your tie into this beautiful? It really was beautiful where you shot it. And I mean, I think now when you watch a movie, if you are interested in film or television or anything, you're immediately thinking, okay, did they go to Canada? Like, are they somewhere near Atlanta? If they're not in if you know they're not where you think they might be, what brought you to Michigan?
Well, my in-laws, we were talking about how it's a low budget film. I vacation there every year, right nearby where we shot it. It's so
We grew up in Michigan.
beautiful and idyllic.
Yeah.
We're from Michigan,
Yeah.
and every year we go back there. We were writing the script, and we actually sort of adapted elements of the script to some of the locations because my in-laws, they run the local sailing school there, and they had access to this beautiful marina. It's got the
Gorgeous.
docks and office right on the dock.
Beautiful.
We're just like, we have to set the movie. You know, Jaws is probably one of our favorite movies of all time, but this feels like Jaws.
Yeah.
It's got that sort of rusty old feel. So yeah, that I think we were just taken with that
It's
place.
kind of the area we all used to go camping in the summer. Like we go
Oh,
up in
that
the-
makes sense. Yes, you.
That's why that's kind
Yes.
of built around our childhoods. You know?
Yeah, well, the locations were amazing, and I'm guessing you probably grabbed most of them from things that you knew or places. The locations are great. Yeah, people will know exactly when you watch it. People who haven't seen it yet, you'll totally know what they're talking about because it is beautiful. It's just great to watch. It was super fun. And it is a great distraction for right now, I have to say. You know, we were one of the people that sadly rented Contagion like 2 weeks after the lockdown, you know?
Yeah.
Not distracting, not really distracting. This was like way better. This made me feel like, oh, okay, I was totally, don't think anything like that could happen anytime soon. So before I ask you our last question, we do these little like life lesson questions. I'll say that for the end. But what is happening now? Like, what are you doing now? Because you're obviously, the movie's out, right? That's done. So you're working together in quarantine in your home. What's happening now?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. We're still working on the movie, which is crazy. There's always it's like the never-ending. It's like a child. You know what that's like, right?
Yeah.
But there's always more to do.
Yesterday it opened up in Spain in 250 theaters, so we had all this stuff to do for Spain for the last week. Most of our days is Drew and I are quarantined together from 9 to 5 p.m. We are pitching a new movie and other properties and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
we're just working on all our stuff together for the next thing to go as soon as we're safe.
And I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
it's kind of what we'd be doing anyways. But
Right.
we don't get to coffee shops to do any of that stuff. We sit inside all day and just jam out on story ideas.
That's cool.
Like we would do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
People via Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Zooms all day.
Because
Yeah.
you know what? We're home. Everyone's home. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Well, we asked these little. I decided when we started doing this first 175 episodes ago, and like sort of a la James Lipton, I would do 3 questions and I would ask them to everyone that we had on, just to kind of get perspective. I sort of thought this would last like 2 weeks. It went on a lot longer, right? So I understand that perspective may change as we sort of ride out the corona coaster of everything that's happening. But I'll ask 3, so you can decide, you know, one, and then whatever. So 3 questions. First one is, what's the hardest thing about this time of isolation for either one of you? What's the hardest part, or both of you? Have everyone answer.
Not seeing my mom and my stepdad on
Yeah.
the job. Yeah, it's hard. Our stepdad is unfortunately going through some health stuff. He's and we just can't go see him, which sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the hardest part.
And
So.
having kids that want to go to the park.
Yeah, that too.
And you-
Right.
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking to
Yeah.
tell your kids, we can't, you know,
Yeah.
sorry, we can't. It's going to open. It's just, there's germs, and they kind of understand.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. So then the flip side of that, what would you say is the silver lining of this time?
Oh, my silver lining is weirdly enough. I mean, working with Drew, of course, because we get to work on all that stuff. But
Yes.
I for the first like month was like Drew's new nanny for like my two little nephews.
Aw.
So I got to have like the coolest time. Like I
That
spent
is.
like from 9 to 5 hanging out with my nephews, and now I just like I get sad when I'm not around them for like 3 hours. So.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm sure that can continue after quarantine.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna get
yeah,
called again. Like
yeah.
that will.
It's great though. That's been the best. That's been the coolest part.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the last one is, what have you learned from this time that we've been in? What have you learned?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, we've learned Zoom.
Yeah. Haven't we? Yeah.
I think, I mean, in a weird way, like, even though we're all, like, connected via, like, social media, I think there's this thing that people are craving real connections, even through social media, where so much of it was, like, false and kind of BS, like, hey, I liked your post type stuff. Really connecting with the, like, I like that person. I want to, like, actually emotionally connect with them. Even if it's, like, I just think that's a new thing. Like, I think the whole world has sort of felt that.
Yeah, and I think just in general, I've just been trying to, like, as dark as things seem sometimes, just always staying positive. It's like, always kind of try to see the nice things that are happening to some people and call those people and tell them congratulations or just hi or just like, hey, I was just thinking, how you doing? It's just, I don't know, in a weird way, I feel like we've all gotten a little more connected even though we
Isn't
can't
that
see
weird?
each other.
It's
Yeah.
weird, right? Yeah, it is
Yeah.
weird. Positive connections and exactly reaching out and trying to lift people up. It's super important right now while we're all trying to stay apart and stay safe. Yeah, bizarre. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. It's great to meet you outside of, an OP party or something. And it's really, I'm always excited when I get to interview people who created something that I'm a super fan of. So now I'm a fangirl for The Wretched and whatever you come out with next. And I know Andrew wants to say hi, so say hi to your
No, I don't.
Not really? Okay.
No.
All right.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And so make sure that you come on and you maybe put a link to the movie or anything, the website, in case people tuned in. And we have a lot of people that watch on the West Coast a little bit later. So we have a lot of horror films out there, and I loved your movie. So really good luck with it and whatever you do again. And stay safe and big virtual hugs. Thanks for doing this, okay?
Thanks,
Yeah, have a great one.
There I am. See you guys. Thank you.
Later.
Thank you.
Wow, thanks to my talent booker for that one. I appreciate you, Mr. McGinnis. That is Drew and Brett Pierce, who wrote a movie called The Wretched. And it's spooky, and it's scary, and it's interesting, and it caught my attention and captured my attention, and I really loved it. And like I was saying to them, if you missed it or just came on, a couple of you just came on, that I really enjoyed the distraction of it. I mean, that's kind of something. TV has not stopped. Movies and film have not stopped. Music has not stopped. And the distraction of being lifted out of your comfort zone. I meant to say this too to them, but I'm a huge M. Night Shyamalan fan, and I also am a fan of some of the movies. Did you hear them do the callback to Jaws? That's so cool, because you could feel essences of all these different things that you love, and their whole story about their family is super cool. So thank you to the Pierce brothers. Check it out. It is spooky, so just do that. Just watch it like that, and then say, "Can I look?" and then yell, and say, "Can we rewind?" and then say, "No, just watch." Okay. Anyway, all right. You know what time it is? I believe that it is time. It's Friday. It's Friday, and what we started doing was one fun Friday. We had my dear friend Mary Beth on, and we decided to do a cooking segment, and we did it from downstairs in the living room. And I decided, well, if there's going to be a cooking segment, there has to be a cocktail segment to go with it. So that became sort of our Friday thing. We would do a Friday show, and Andrew would always head up to the bar and would do something cool. And so we have Mixin' with McGinnis right now. Don't we, Dad?
What?
Can you put a little something together?
I might be able to.
Make a drink for us?
I might be able to whip something up.
I was just thinking about you.
Dad, drink for
Mixing
Daddy.
with McGinnis. Yeah. Thank you very much, Randy. It's Friday night. That means it's Mixing with McGinnis. Back here at Whiskey Driscoll's. Yeah, we named the bar Whiskey Driscoll's. Okay, I just did. But whatever. It's so great to see everyone out there. I don't see anyone on Zoom. So tonight, in keeping with the theme of the Pierce brothers, and thank you very much, Brett and Drew. That was amazing. The movie was fantastic, scary, creepy, horror show. So in keeping with that theme, I figured I would make the Gravedigger. Ooh, I know. you're thinking, Gravedigger, what's that? It's more like a Halloween cocktail. You're right, you could use it for that, but it's July, and why not? I don't think I want to make it here at the bar. I think I need another location. Let's go look for that. All right, all right. Why don't you mosey on over to the saloon right there, and I'll whip you up a libation. No, not creepy. No, not appropriate. Are we making our own drink? We've had enough of you. One more time. Ooh. Okay, all right, that's good. That, yep. This will work. To the Gravedigger, here we go. What you're gonna need is any kind of bourbon or a whiskey tonight. I'm choosing the Bullet Bourbon. Why? It's what we have. Then we need a hard cider. I've got Strongbow. Again, it's in our fridge. And finally, smoke machine. And finally, a ginger beer. Again, we had it in the closet. So that's what we're using. Shaker, bowl of ice, cocktail glass. Simple. Fill that cocktail glass up with your ice. I'm using my hands. Why? Because it's my drink. All right. And if you've watched this show at all, when I'm making cocktails, I don't measure. I just pour. So we're going to just put that bourbon in. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Hard cider. Sure, I'll do equal parts. Maybe. And finally, the ginger beer. Now, because it's carbonated and frothy, you want to mix to get flavor. So what I do, gently, you could stir it. No, it's fun. It doesn't make any good sounds. Pour it nicely, and back to your cocktail glass. And there you have it, the Gravedigger. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that's shooting up at the top of my list right there. I might have one or two. I don't know. Happy Friday, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. Back to you, Randy.
Mixing with McGinnis. Yeah.
What is mixing with beginners?
I mean,
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
I think I nailed it.
I was like, okay. I was like, we could have a segment called Mixing with McGinnis. You could make a cocktail. There was so much that went on.
I just made a cocktail.
So fun, Dad.
Thank
so
you.
fun. So fun. That was great. Yes, yes. Drinks with Daddy. Oh, you're getting love. Oh, the people want more McGinnis. Look at that. All right. We did not tell you what we did today, so let's do that super fast. So this is that segment that we like to call What's Up with Skylar Faith. Oh yeah, that's right.
There it is.
Are you ready, girl? What did you do today? Tell us.
Well, of course I went to the pool.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up?
And then you had some sort of an online reading
Yes,
event?
an online reading event, sort of event.
It was an event. Yeah, well, you were read to. Can you tell our audience who read to you today? I can tell them her real name, but tell our audience where this person was from. Who read to you?
New York.
Yeah, but what? Right.
What do you know
Okay,
her from?
What do you know her from? Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yeah, very good. So basically, this is what happened today. We had an amazing sort of history lesson. I think Dad's going to sort of pull up some pictures over there, where Renee Elise Goldsberry, Angelica Schuyler from the Schuyler Sisters,
There they
Hamilton on
are.
Broadway, read Harlem's Little Blackbird, the story of Florence Mills. It's a beautiful story, and it was read to a group of us in a webinar, and it was pretty amazing. She read this story about this Broadway singer in the 1920s, right? And Florence Mills, the story is amazing. I don't want to tell you because I want you to go out and get the book. I'm going to put the link below so that you can get this children's book. It's really beautifully written, and it's very important right now to really read this story and to make sure that we know more of these wonderful heroes. But what's interesting about it is the story is about a singer. And so right in the middle of reading the book, Renee just sang a little. That's right, she just sang a little. So it was like I had a little Hamilton in our living room. It was amazing, and I'm so You know, we were talking a little bit with the Pierce brothers about silver linings and making connections, and one of the silver linings is that there are so many creative ways that people are now bringing the arts and reading into children's lives, and so the fact that someone from, Broadway's Hamilton would do a story hour, I mean, lots of people are doing this, right? Dolly Parton's doing this, it was incredible. And it's important these stories are out there. I want to put this link in so you'll be able to catch it, and also very cool that Skylar used to have this, got to have this experience. And wait, hold on. So what do you want to tell them? Is that, what's up?
That's what's up.
Yeah, there it is. That's
We need some theme music for
we
her.
need theme music, and that's a segment we're working on. This is just a little, I mean, that's
Do you have a
the
jingle
segment
that you can
we're-
just-
We don't
No?
yet, but
No?
I'm going to try to think of something.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks so much for being here tonight. We love it. We want to show you a poster for our event tomorrow night. Daddy,
Man, you've got me working today. Holy
And it's
man.
100 degrees in this room. I'm so impressed with you, Andrew McGinnis. You deserve a bonus this year.
I'm thinking, yeah. There we go.
There we go. So there it is, tomorrow night on the Arch page, which is facebook.com. Arch Changes Lives. It's a concert. It's at 7 p.m. We will definitely put that in the link below. That's 7 p.m. Central Time. So what is that, 5 Pacific Time and 8 o'clock in Eastern Time. And we'd love you to log on. I'll be doing lots of music that you know, a couple fun covers. We'll be playing some games. And there will be a link all over the place where you can donate to this wonderful charity and help them out right now, especially help the campers that aren't able to be in a real camp right now. So these wonderful staff members at Arch are doing some pretty creative things to bring virtual camp to these campers. So go ahead and log on tomorrow night. We're very excited. I'll post that again in the morning for you. Okay, here we go. Wasn't sure what Randy Driscoll song could possibly go with a horror film theme tonight. There isn't one. I mean, lots of my breakups were, horrible. Yeah, no, terrible. But I was remembering a cover that I used to do a long time ago, and it's perfect if you know anything about this beautiful woman who sings it. And anything about the song, which is, I mean, all these amazing songs that we've been listening to for so long, they're always rumored. What's the story behind the song? I'm Welsh. I'm a little bit Welsh. Did I ever tell you that? And this is about a Welsh witch.
Rihanna rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her? Takes to the sky like a bird in flight, and who will be her lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised?
might be on a bathroom break. So we're gonna say goodnight to our friends, our community, and our tribe. She's in spirit right here, but she's allowed. Thanks so much for checking in with us. We love coming to you on Fridays now, and we've got some really fun things planned for the next Fridays that we're on. And please tune in tomorrow to the Arch page, or do a watch party over here. And thanks for just taking care of one another and staying safe. Remember that your vibe attracts your tribe, and we love, love, love our tribe. So big hugs until we're together real time, okay? This was a lot of fun. Thank you. Thanks, Daddy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Skype.
Well, hold on. I'll
Thanks to
say. Oh, yeah. She is.
And thanks to the Pierce brothers. And we'll see you very soon. Good night.